Assalamu alaikum guys, and welcome to another episode of Smile to Jannah. I've been seeing clips here and there, and this is a story that I didn't really know the heads and tails of it until I started looking at it properly this morning. And I have to say, after this, I must conclude that the Israeli soldiers and ministers need urgent help. Honestly, I believe they are messed up psychologically. They are diseased. They need urgent care and attention, not to be put in senior places where they are responsible for so many lives. Now, why do I say this? Because of what I'm going to be talking about today. It is not just the heinous crime that's taken place in Israel, but it is also the reaction of the ministers and the people to that crime. Some of you may or may not be aware, but a video was leaked from Israel by some miracle, because anytime something comes up, here is an ex-US official confirming this.
Never, ever believe Israeli figures. I've been in the government too long to know that the Israelis are patent liars. Let me say that again. They are liars. So you can't believe anything that comes out of Jerusalem.
So the video by some miracle was leaked of Israeli soldiers who gang a Palestinian in the Sidi Timam detention facility or dungeon. Let's be honest, because you can be held there 90 days without legal representation. Mind you, this is the only democracy in the Middle East. Yeah? A place that Biden said if there was no Israel, we would make an Israel.
Were there not an Israel, the United States of America would have to invent an Israel to protect her interest in the region.
And it was because Dr. Yoel Donchin, a doctor of the facility, saw it and was horrified by what he saw, which was a ruptured bowel, a severe injury to his anus, lung damage, and broken ribs. He was hospitalized with injuries to his anus severely that he was unable to walk. What sick people. And when 10 soldiers were arrested, the reaction to a part of the population was to do a protest, led by ministers storming the facility, demanding for their release. If that's not all, the finance minister said the crime was not the brutal of this man, but the leaking of the video. And the national security minister, this sick, twisted individual, Itamar bin Gvir, who said that gang rape is fine as long as it's for the security of the state. How can you even join the two? Yes, I'm sodomizing for sovereignty. I'm graping for revolution. In fact, a whole group has been formed to defend these grapists. And they're called Guarding the Soldiers. Guarding against what, I ask you? Guarding against their wives leaving them? Guarding against STDs? And if that's not all, this was brought up in Parliament and by Ahmed Tibi, who posed a very simple, logical question, and that was, is it legitimate to stick things in people's anuses? And the response from a member of Netanyahu's Likud party said, if it's Hamas, everything is legitimate. And bear in mind, President Herzog and Netanyahu both said all of Palestinians are responsible for October the 6th plus 1. All of Gazans are responsible. You can check that up yourself. So in other words, when it comes to Palestinians, it's open season, mate. Because the rhetoric that you probably heard as well, is they voted for Hamas. Yes, all of them are potential Hamas anyway. Yeah, even the little babies. Israeli human rights advocacy group Bet Selem published a report called, look at the title, Welcome to Hell, referring to the detention camps. And they interviewed 55 prisoners, all of whom gave similar accounts of being sexually abused. And looking at the articles, they say this sort of stuff happens and Israelis don't really give it a big deal. But because footage has been leaked, because of the doctor's testimony and others getting involved, this is the first time these people are being held to account and the curtain has been lifted on how sick and twisted they are. And if that's not all on a breakfast show, it wasn't the grape that was criticized, but the disorganized way in which it was carried out. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Israel. This is whom the West is defending. This is the only democracy in the Middle East. This is the hope. These are the torchbearers in the Middle East. With all due respect, you can stick that torch up your own anuses, because clearly you guys like that stuff. Let's leave it there, guys. Until next time. Assalamu alaikum.